Antiques on York in Rockville, Indiana, 100 West York Street, celebrating our 10th year in business.
Yeah, call the meeting to order. Public comments?
Hello.
Hello.
Public comments for me today.
Okay. Got it. Okay, so we're down to additionals?
Yeah. The first one is, so the grant, we received the money, we've already spent it, and I'm just putting the money,
In the appropriation.
yeah, in the appropriation. The second one is, we received another check from Union Hospital, and this is just appropriating it. So, to cover the,
Okay.
I would like to discuss that after we get through this part here.
okay.
Is there anything else on the additionals?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Gladys, what was before you?
Move we make the additional appropriations.
Second.
Motion been made and seconded to approve the additionals, all in favor?
Aye. Before we go into transfers, I don't know how you, if even it is the will of the body or we can decide it in January too, but I would like to consider the idea of granting the auditor blanket reappropriation for this security situation under the premise that if the check comes in, you can't pay without the check. They get paid based upon what the union pays. They itemize it by who gets what and how much goes to Medicare and Social Security and all these things to that effect. I don't know that I see a real value in us doing additional appropriations every month for this fund when it is simply a pass-through. It's revenue coming from the hospital, it's revenue, or it's pay going out to those who worked it.
Rather than come before us all the time.
Rather than coming
Have to
before us all the
advertise
time
it.
and advertising it and dealing with it. I mean, the commissioners have made their decision that it is not pensionable. That was the problem that we all had with it. If it's not pensionable, I see no reason for us to go through an additional every time she gets a check, which happens every other week. So, what does anybody think
Anybody else
about
have a
that?
problem with that?
Great idea.
Cut the red tape. and
Got
get
the
it
red
done.
tape, and you won't have to fool with bringing it to us, and,
Okay, so
well,
how
I
do
need
you,
this, well, I wonder how we do.
I don't know how we.
Pam would move money called reappropriation.
Yes, but we have to approve that or give you
Authority.
the authority to do it on your own.
She
Well,
was doing that with.
Well, I would just say we just grant, we've done
Oh,
this
we've done it.
before. It's not anything new. I said, well, I'd say we just, it'll be in the minutes, so we grant her the authority for this specific.
For this specific fund.
one, I mean,
Okay, so we don't do that now?
you guys all right?
See no
with that?
reason not to do it now,
Might
right?
as well just do it.
Well,
That's
yeah.
what the year end is for, so
Yeah,
to clean this stuff up.
let's do it.
so.
Okay, so I'll try and make the motion appropriately here. So I'll make a motion that we allow the auditor for the year 2024 to the authority for a blanket reappropriation for Fund 4119. It's the fund number, right? Fund 4119, contingent upon the reappropriation cannot happen until the check comes in and pay cannot be distributed until after the check has come in. Does that seem legitimate?
Close enough?
Close enough?
Get it done.
That's my motion.
Second.
Okay, you all heard that. Motion made and seconded to grant the auditor that authority. All in favor?
Aye.
Good idea. We probably should do more of those.
No, there's something else. We should-
But, okay, all right. Moving on, transfers.
Just moving money to cover what was in the red. There was one, the extension secretary 2 and secretary 1. The amount encumbered in 2022 was wrong, and I just want to get it corrected so this doesn't just go from year to year to
Good.
year.
Wonderful.
And then the In the clerk's office, the second deputy and first deputy, that was when Henry went out, Nicole went in, and we had to pay Tammy, the first
Pay 'em
deputy,
out. It's when we
pay him
paid 'em
out
out.
and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So the first one's the Park and Rec, grounds maintenance, utilities, $650, $629. Extension secretary, she talked about, is $38.54. Courthouse security and medical supplies, ambulance, $1. That is actually an overpayment of an invoice. We have a credit with one of the suppliers of $1. So we moved that to get that balanced out. $705.57 from second deputy to first in the clerk's office. $26,694.85 from insurance to perf. In the commissioner's budget, $19,978.48 from insurance to utilities in the commissioner's budget. $31.50 for depositions to transcripts and prosecutor. The Park and Rec, $386.78 from ground maintenance to telephone. So that's what we got, and that got everything dealt with, right?
Yes, that I could find.
Okay.
Surprised there weren't more, quite honestly.
We've
Well, we
done.
did a lot in November.
Oh, yeah, yeah, we did.
We've been working on them on our way up, and that's this resolution's to deal with too. I'll motion to approve the transfers.
Second.
Motion been made, second to approve the transfers, all in favor? Okay, now down to new business.
The resolution that I just rehanded to you is also basically to address transfers, and this is more of an addressing of the EMS pay. That's also the first one you had was a small number that would get to the end of the year. This will get the encumbrances for 2 pays out because they're hourly. So they are 2 encumbered pays versus 1 with the salary. The amount of $58,900 from workman's comp going to field supervisors in the amount of $9,800. To certified EMTs in the amount of $31,500. Part-timers of $2,000 and overtime of $15,600. A lot of this has to do with, first of all, we changed it to hourly this year, so it was a complete, utter guess at what we put in these lines. And we knew that it was a guess. The second part of it is that you had a field supervisor that was out through June who is no longer employed by the county. Then we had another one, and I think it was in November or December, who had a medical issue and has been out, so we had coverage more on overtime and part-time to deal with that, and we've obviously dealt with a bunch of this here in the first meeting this month, so that's the reasoning why, is that we have moved so much money to these payroll lines for the ambulance service, and this should settle that, and we put, substantially more money in those lines for '24 to try to get it appropriated appropriately. That's the resolution 2023-12.
All right, any questions?
Move to approve?
Second.
Motion been made, second to approve resolution 2023-12, all in favor?
Aye.
You cut yourself off.
Nah, sorry. Have the encumbrance information been sent out to the departments?
Yes, and I'm starting to get them in already.
Good. Some of them are quick. We do that quickly. Okay, good.
I sent it out right after you showed it.
Last payroll is being processed, and the adjustments for the year end are being made on those hasn't happened correctly in
Several
the
years.
prior auditor.
Some are being adjusted 2 or 3 cents, one way or the other.
And for the good of the cause, payroll clerk found that the payroll withholding tables for the county share, the employee share, county share on fringe benefits, namely insurance, have not been accurate or updated in
Long time.
a long period of time.
So that explains.
Many of those employees, several of those employees, the county was not paying any share of their insurance. So that has been corrected, and there is a look-back process happening probably as we speak, because I just talked to Susie about it a little bit ago, at how much more needs to be moved out of the insurance line to self-insurance to get it back. And we're only going to the beginning of '23. We're not going back further now, to try to get that corrected. So that is the second reason why the self-insurance fund was broke. And we moved $400 and some thousand dollars for the
$423,000 for the expensive RX stuff.
prescription drug plan that the commissioners instituted.
And now it's coming straight out of the commissioner's insurance.
Where it should have come from.
Yeah, those bills were paid out of self-insurance without the money being moved over there, so. And we're looking at these in all four groups of insurance, the commissioners.
Suppose this
highway,
limit
so-
will get washed out.
Well, we're gonna get as close as we can, right? I mean,
At least the self-insurance fund is now in the black and not red
Solvent.
anymore.
yeah, it's back to black, so it's good. That's all the things I had left to mention.
Okay, anything else? Okay.
And Susie has fixed Harris's side of the payroll, so they will start carrying over what they're supposed to be carrying over.
Yeah, so she has, I think it's 25 pays that were wrong, so what we basically decided is the difference between this last pay that's correct and say 25 or 24, picking the rest of them. Whatever that difference is times the number of pays is what we're gonna do. It's the simplest probably and closest accurate you're gonna come up
Get as
with.
close as you can go on.
Okay.
Okay.
Motion adjourned.
All right,